Hello, Randy and Rachel and Penny. Greetings from England. I thought that you might like to hear a detailed explanation of what I had for lunch today, because I think it was probably the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my entire life, and I've eaten chicken's feet. So yeah, I'm really jealous of you and your red lobsters. Right, basically, yeah, the thing in the photograph, Rachel, is jellied eels, the one in the middle. If you don't know what jellied eels actually is, it was a dish that was popular among Victorian paupers in London. It's basically chopped up eel, which is boiled in water and spices, and then left to cool, and it forms like a horrible jelly around it. We have McDonald's now, so I don't honestly understand why the dish still exists, but it's like a traditional British dish. Yeah, so you can still get it in London and in seaside towns like Brighton. So I rocked up to the seafood place on the seafront near where I work, which is this little shack that seems to be run by Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid. And they had jellied eels, and my eye kind of fell on some of their other treats, and I thought, I will sample all the fruits de la mer here and educate the colonial types in America about them. So those other things that I bought from left to right are a lobster flavoured tail. So that's not lobster, Rachel. It's a lobster flavoured tail, and jellied eels in the middle. And on the right is cockles. Now we'll deal with the cockles first because it's the easiest one. Cockles are probably the size of frisbees in America, but over here they're these little tiny things which look a bit like the fetuses of eyeball monsters, but they actually taste alright if you chuck enough vinegar on them. So yeah, I like them. I ate loads of those when I was a kid, so I yummed them up no problem. Then we'll move on to the lobster flavoured tail. Now, it looked like a lobster tail. I don't know what animal it came from, probably one that H.P. Lovecraft dreamed up. The flavour was kind of sweet and fishy. I wouldn't say it tasted like lobster, but the texture, it was like biting into a fishy block of cheese, is my best explanation. And the cognitive dissonance between what you imagine like a lobster tail to taste like, and then what this thing tasted like, it was so gross. It was so gross. I managed a few bites because I was really, really hungry. It was my lunchtime. And then I threw the rest of it to a seagull. He's dead now. I kid. Anyway, so moving on to the main event, which was the jellied eels. I mean, the photograph just does not do them justice. They were horrible. They kind of wibbled in the wind. There were little spiny bits on the outside of the eel, which would be caught in your throat if you were mental enough to actually swallow it. And they served it à la mode, which is French for in a little polystyrene tray with a tiny flimsy spork. There was masses of that jelly, like fucking loads of it. You had to kind of battle through the jelly with your spork to get to the very, very tough rubbery eel, and the spork just didn't have the structural integrity to chop into the eel, so the only solution was to kind of scoop up a massive drippy mouthful of this stuff and just shovel it in, and it was foul beyond all belief, like how I imagine cat food to taste like. It was so gross, so gross. Really horrible. Like, I couldn't manage more than a mouthful. Not even the seagulls would want to eat it, and the seagulls in Brighton will eat tampons and raw sausage if you let them. So it was gross. Being British, I didn't want to offend Ursula the Sea Witch at the Seafood Shack, so I took my little tray of jellied eels and I was like, oh, goodbye, and then tootled up the seafront with them like I was going to eat them on the run. And as soon as I was outside, I just threw them in a bin and then ran back to work. And it was getting really kind of quite late in my lunch break, and I still hadn't eaten anything apart from a small pot of cockles, a couple of mouthfuls of lobster flavoured nightmare tail, and like a mouthful of jellied eel. I did try and make the jellied eel more palatable by putting lots of hot sauce on it, which did successfully mask its disgusting taste, but didn't mask its disgusting texture. And also it was this kind of Jamaican hot sauce, which probably means I should stick some shit tickets in the fridge. But yeah, it was really horrible. So I basically eaten instant surprise for lunch and was still really hungry. So I thought, what am I going to eat? And there's this kind of dodgy southern fried chicken place opposite my office. So I thought, who doesn't like fried chicken? It's nice. So I went in there, was the only person in there. Man behind the counter had a face like this. Just looked at me like I was the scum of the earth. I don't know if it was because I had jellied eel and hot sauce all over my face. Maybe, who knows? So I ordered my chicken and was waiting, and I saw him kind of sticking it in the shitty little cardboard box it comes in, and face like thunder, really screechy kind of Punjabi music going on in the background. And then he did this, and then finished closing the box. So I kind of was like, thank you. Being British, I don't like complaining to people's faces, so instead I've chosen to kind of smile and say thank you, and then bitch about it to everyone who would listen. So so I left and went back to my desk in my office and sat, and I was eating my chicken, and it was looking a bit pink, like it was a bit undercooked, and I started feeling a bit ill, and I still feel a little bit ill, so I'm not sure if I've been food poisoned by horrible jellied eels, or Bum's searingly hot sauce, or whatever the fuck a lobster flavoured tail is, or the undercooked chicken, or the snot of a angry chicken chef. So, who knows? But I did this for you guys so that I could educate you on British cuisine, and also so that next time you guys go to Red Lobster and you sit down and you put your nice bibs on and you wait for your enormous cocktails and your lobster tails, you can maybe spare a thought for us poor people back in the old world who have to eat oh shit, really. Anyway, hope you're all alright, and yeah, good times.